Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into why you should grow your own potatoes and how easy it really is. So stick around to learn the secrets of this versatile and nutritious crop. Potatoes are a homestead staple for several reasons. First of all, they're very nutritious and packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. One medium potato contains significant amounts of vitamin C, B6, potassium, and manganese. They also are a great source of complex carbohydrates. And potatoes are extremely versatile in the kitchen, perfect for making anything from mashed potatoes to soups and even homemade French fries. Moreover, potatoes have a relatively long shelf life, so they make for an excellent crop for self-sufficiency. They're also relatively easy to grow and can thrive in many climates. So to start growing, we're going to need some potatoes. You can go to your local grocery store and pick up any variety of potatoes, including russets, Yukon Golds, or even red. In this case, we just had some sweet potatoes or yams that we had gotten about a month or so ago, and we just let them sit on our counter. After a while, they start sprouting and generating leaves. Normally, this is a bad sign for ones that you want to eat, but it's a great sign for potatoes that you want to plant. So when you're ready to plant these, it's pretty simple. You want to try and split the potatoes as much as you can into these separate stalks or the separate pieces, so each piece will have its own vine or leaf stalk basically that comes out of it. So just try and break it up as much as possible so you have as many sections of potatoes with leaves and vines as possible.
Well, okay, so these essentially, what you could do, each one of these, can you see there? Each one of these little eyes or nodes or whatever could be its own potato plant. And what you could do that's really fun if you have kids or if you homeschool or even if you just want to watch it yourself, you can pop one of these guys off like that, and you find some water to put it in. You just put it in like a glass of water so that this part is submerged in the water. And then in a matter of days to a week, you'll see like roots, like this whole root system start to grow. It looks really cool and it's really fun if you have kids and you're learning about plants and how plants grow and all that stuff. See that? If your soil does that, just wet it. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. You don't have to buy a whole new bag. It's gonna be okay. So I've got my little cuttings. I've got my fresh soil. Alrighty, so you're gonna plant them and they're gonna root all the way down and like produce all these little potatoes. And that's why it's nice to have like a longer pot like this, or a deeper pot rather, so that pretty much when it's time to harvest, you're gonna wanna dump the whole thing out and you'll just have, it'll be like full of potatoes. Or you could dig them up too, and it contains them, which is nice. So you know like, hey, they're all gonna be in there. So I'm just gonna kind of place it like that, see? And cover the base of the potato in the dirt and have it so my leaves can catch the sunlight. And then I'm gonna make sure I have my water source here. Move this guy over just a little bit. And then if you're lucky enough, like I am, to have a mama who has leaves, you can kind of cover that up a little bit. Nice little mulch for the winter time, because we are still getting freezing temperatures here. I'm covering it with leaves so that the soil can stay nice and warm and moist, and the leaves, when they break down, just with natural weathering and all that, they feed the soil. They're really good for that. So it kind of protects your plant from the freezing temperatures, which we are still getting now in Apple Valley. And yeah, and then it kind of feeds the soil. So you're getting a win-win situation here with the leaves.
Hey babe,
huh?
I forgot I brought these for you before we started.
Oh, thank you so much. But I don't know. I don't wear gloves. I should wear gloves. Do you know that there are studies that show that the microbes in the soil, when you touch them with your hands, have antidepressive effects? So I think that's why, like, I just know inherently that I need to sit in the sunshine and I need to like put my hands all up in the dirt.
So in the end, your potatoes will be ready to harvest once the foliage or the vines start to die back. Then you'll use a garden fork of some form to either pull them back and pull them out of the soil, or in our case, we just usually dump the bucket out and grab all the potatoes out of there and put the unused soil back in. This for us happens in late summer and probably around that same point for most of you guys, and we'll make sure to post another video when we do it just to show how it all went. After you harvest the potatoes out of the ground, you cut off the stems, the stalks, all of that stuff, and you let them sit. You want to let them sit and almost cure for about 2 weeks. This will help the skin to harden and just make them easier to store for a longer period of time, and just help develop that tougher skin. It just helps the potatoes last for a little bit longer. It's actually really healthy for them. And then after that, you're going to store your cured potatoes in a cool, dark, well-ventilated area, preferably between 45 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit with high humidity. That will keep the potatoes as good as possible for as long as possible. And then at the end of the day, basically what we like to do, or try to do if possible, is we'll save a few of the larger potatoes that we pulled out of our pots and let them sit and sprout on the counter like we did before for about a month or so, and that way we can keep regenerating our potatoes from the potatoes we harvested. So that way it's a very cyclical thing and a very self-sustainable process. So growing potatoes is a very rewarding and practical choice for any homesteader. They not only provide a reliable food source, but they also enhance your self-sufficiency and your gardening skills. So hopefully with this, you'll be well on your way to self-sufficiency and to growing your own potatoes year-round. So thank you guys for watching. We truly appreciate it. If you need any tools to garden, make sure to check out the links in the description below. Otherwise, we truly appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Or make potato soup. Or sweet potato pie. Or sweet potato fries. Do whatever you want. What are you doing? You hear the raven? I hear them.
Clarence.